Every year, thousands of people in the U.S. are affected by a treatable form of blindness. And through other people's gracious decision to donate corneal tissue, these individuals can regain the priceless and life-changing gift of sight. Listen as Ryane shares her experience with Fuchs dystrophy and how 2 donated corneas changed her life.
I grew up in Baltimore, Maryland. I dreamed of being a veterinarian for as long as I can possibly remember. And I'm currently a professor at the University of Arizona, College of Veterinary Medicine. I remember going home December 2023 for Christmas. Everything seemed fine. I came back to Arizona from Maryland in January, and I noticed when I was driving home, usually I drive home after hours and it's dark, and I was noticing that I was getting halos and starbursts. Initially, I really wasn't worried about it, and suddenly it was getting harder to see street signs. Then, by the time early February came along, I started to drive past my house. And that's when I went in and found out it was not just nothing. We went through all the standard tests. He'd been my doctor for years. They always say, is it better with field 1 or field 2? Which is clearer? And nothing made anything clearer. Stopped the testing. He sat down and he looked at the ground. And he was very kind, but he just said, "You have Fuchs dystrophy." It was hard to believe. It felt like overnight my life changed. I felt like there was no space anymore for me. It felt very isolating, very claustrophobic almost. You're encased and enveloped in dark and blurriness. My color vision went, so everything became grayscale. My fear was, will I ever be the person that I had spent my whole life training to be? I was so grateful that donation existed, but I felt really guilty in some ways that I was getting that gift. Because if I got that gift, it meant someone else somewhere was sitting in a room without their relative. I was wheeled into the OR after they did all the nerve blocks on my eyes. And before the surgeon got started, he said, "Do you want to know more information about your donor?" And I was laying there, literally in the bed that they were going to use to operate on. And I said, "Sure, yes." Like, I just knew, tell me more. I didn't know what would be shared. But I said, yeah, that might help. Let me know the person. And he gave me what information he could share, which at the time was the age of the person at death, the sex of the person, the state where they were currently residing, as well as the cause of death. And I remember being in that bed, cataloging those in my brain, because I knew it would be a bit of a twilight anesthesia. And I just kept repeating those to myself over and over. I'm like, I can't forget these details because I need to hold them inside of me because this person is becoming a part of me. And I think what I just want to share is it really was literally and figuratively eye-opening for me to go through the journey, because I always knew I was a visual person. I didn't realize how much until it was gone. And I went from doing everything on my own to needing someone to walk with me to class. And now to be able to be like, wow, you gave me my life back. You gave me back. Realizing life finds a way when other people are kind. And one of the things I'm always telling my vet students, veterinary medicine is a field that has a lot of hurt in it, as is. So I'm always saying there's no harm in seeking out help when you need it. So I sought out someone, and one of the most powerful gifts he had when we were going through the conversation of, you may never know who your donors are. And you're going to have to come to terms with that. You're going to have to be okay with that. You can grieve that, but you also can't lose yourself in the process. So how can we create a way for you to honor them? So we came up with the idea to give each one a name. Guy was the first eye with the transplant, and that name turned out to be Leo. Those who I told thought, oh, Leo, like the lion, because you're a veterinarian. It's, yes, lion, but Leonardo da Vinci. I'm an artist. He was an inventor, created nothing. And I said I really created it because I went from nothing to something. And I wanted that story of being built. And so I always picture the left eye as being the artsy person in me and dialing up things and making me want to paint again. And then Fast forward to September, I had the surgery. I stayed over in a hotel room because we have to travel a long way, and I needed to see the surgeon the next day as follow-up. And I remember having to lay on my back for the recovery period. And my friend said to me, okay, I'm gonna step away and make some phone calls. I'll come back and check on you. When she came back, I said, it's Phoenix. She said, what's Phoenix? I said, the right eye. The right eye is Phoenix. After the phoenix, right, which is the bird that burns into flames, creates ash, and rises again. And I said, that's what she is. She came back at a time when I didn't feel like life was holding out hope. I got the chance to be seen by two people I've never met. And I think that's something that I never will take for granted.